Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. As you guys saw last time, we were finishing up the Hemi engine that we have, and we got it done. The last things that you saw, we were torquing the heads on, and then I went ahead and just finished everything else off of here. We do have a couple small things we're going to finish up once this gets in the car. One thing that we overlooked was our adjustment screws for the rocker arms. We did actually hurt a few of those, and I forgot to order them. So I've got all of the exhaust on. We're waiting out for the intake ones to show up, and then we'll put those on with the push rods as well. One other thing that we're changing is we're going to a triple gasket setup here on the valve cover gaskets. These are a thicker gasket, and what we're going to do is actually glue them all together and glue them to the head. Reason for that is the head down here does not have a rail to catch any oil. So when we try to check our valves, say in between rounds or even when it's been sitting overnight, oil wants to dump out all over our headers and smokes up when it burns the oil off and everything. And we just believe that this may be a little bit better fix for our own issues with this setup. So I have a couple other small things I want to do real quick. Some of the bolts back here for the bell housing, they don't feel 100%, and I want to get a couple of nuts and everything for on the valve covers. Some small stuff, but next time you see us, we're going to be lifting this up and putting it in the car. All right, and we have it in the car. Now, we haven't had an engine that wasn't, you know, that had one crankshaft, you know, in one piece. We haven't had that in there since July of 2021 here, so this is pretty cool. Pop's there. He said, hey, we need to take a look at this motor plate. He's like, because it looks all scratched up and I don't like it, so he gave it to Thomas Jungles. Thomas is our restoration guy, and he does some really amazing work, and he polished this whole thing up like in a night, so that was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it to be that shiny. I think we were just kind of get rid of the scratches, but we're gonna go ahead and throw the exhaust manifolds on this. Everything went together fine with the new block, but we do want to double check that, you know, the exhaust didn't move around or this or that. The studs are gonna hold correctly and everything there, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. Maybe a couple other small things. We got, as you see, the engine in. We've got our exhaust. We just glued everything on. We use Right Stuff for the gaskets on that. We got our oil pump on. Next, we're gonna start putting everything on the front here. We got fuel pump we have to put on there. Make sure that it's tightened down, doesn't fall out right here. We have to get this dialed in for our flying magnet for the crank trigger. Get the crank trigger magnet mounted on here. After that, we need to probably start getting the rest of the exhaust on here. And once we get the exhaust on, we get the turbo on, and then we will start running the rest of the fuel lines to go up. The balls and adjusters just showed up for all of the intake valves, so we can set that and start getting some oil lines come and run up front for the turbo. So let's go ahead and start getting parts on the front of the engine and catch back up when we start getting the turbo stuff back on here.
We're missing something here. Something's missing.
Or are two things missing?
Ah, it could be two.
No, it's just one. I'm just messing. Yeah. That's still one. So anyways, we'll come down here on Friday, I think, before Christmas, and we're going to work there a little bit. So we'll catch back up on Friday and get probably the exhaust and turbo system on here, and you know, everything just a little bit closer for fire up. Have a couple more things.
Fuel tank still needs to go on.
Got fuel tank, some oil lines, put oil in it, prime it. We got a whole bunch to do, and then we still have to sync the cam sync for the Holly. The other thing I see on here, and we're gonna take a look at this. This fuel line. So this is the fuel pump, and the fuel line coming over here to the regulator. I don't really like this. The fuel pump I'd rather have clocked straight up. I clearanced everything so it'll fit, and I don't really like that. So we may shorten that or make a different line and make that a little bit better. But anyway, enough talking. We're gonna go home. It's warm in here. Let's turn the heat down and call it a day. Welcome back, everybody. We are, it's the day after Christmas, working on the car again. We took a day and a half off to kind of get some stuff done for Christmas and spend some time with family. But now we're back down here, and our goal is to kind of get this thing pretty much together and ready so we can do a couple of ECU items and get it ready to go. So take a look. We got pretty much the whole front of the engine set up. Al's over here. Pop, what are you putting in right now?
It's a gas tank, fuel tank.
Okay, you're getting the gas tank in so that way we can plumb the rest of that in here.
The rest of the fuel system done.
We need to get our fuel lines, the feeds to the fuel pump and the fuel pump put on here before we put all of the turbo kit on, because all that kind of gets in the way. So he's hooking up. That's the return line for our auxiliary fuel system. And now we've had a lot of questions lately because I've been posting about some stuff about the nitrous lines that we have on here and what do they do and such. We've talked about it before. Those are an auxiliary fuel system, and we had it on there because we believed we were maxing out the carburetor before, but we have found, I won't say anything, we have found a couple extra ways to get some more fuel in this. So we are actually going to be taking these and knocking this down as safeties. So these are only going to come on when the engine's getting lean or the EGTs are getting hot. So, but we're going to go ahead, finish getting the fuel system on here, get the rest of the turbo kit on, and we'll take you guys through some of the ECU stuff as we try to figure out again how we have to do the cam sync, because we've only done that once.
Yep.
With this ECU, so we have to do it again, and I think I have it all written down, but we'll find out.
We'll figure it out.
Take a look at that. Al's over there hooking up a couple of extra things, but we are, you know, what it looks like back in business here. So a couple of things. We do use the Vibrant Wiggins style clamps on here. I use it up on the top and down on the bottom there. So we do have a little wiggle room. Since the engine, turbo, everything is kind of mounted in different spots, I wanted to have that extra wiggle room. We're not going to be firing it up today. We have a few things we still need. One, Al's going to hook up the springs here for the carburetor. We're waiting for the gaskets that go right in here between the hat and the carburetor. We have those on order. A few other small things. The oil pump line, we still have to make that. So, but right here is kind of, I mean, it's like I said, day after Christmas, and I think we're, what do you think, Pop? Are we right on track to, first fire up for the, December 31st or first of the year?
First of the year, fire up. I don't see any reason why not. Happy New Year's type deal.
Well, this is...
We're ahead of schedule from last year.
Yeah, so this is, right now that you're watching, this is our 100th video we've actually uploaded to YouTube. So thank you guys for watching and subscribing. It's been a lot of fun. We're growing, and make sure you go take a look at the website, badinfluencegarage.com. We have shirts, hats, and things on there. But thank you guys. Like I said, check the website, drop a like if you enjoyed it, and if you didn't enjoy it, drop a comment and tell me how I can do better. Until next time, guys, be safe out there.